Greetings, everyone. Today we're going to talk about multiple intelligences theories with cooperative learning method applied to teaching learning processes. First of all, I would like to thank Instituto de Posgrado, Universidad Técnica de Manabí, and the Master Program, Pedagogía de los Idiomas Nacionales y Extranjeros, Mención y Enseñanza del Inglés. This project was assisted by Professor Mario Ocaña. Also, I would like to present the professors that are included in this project. Cristian Salazar, Carlo Bravo, and me, Cristian Álava. First of all, as a way introduction, I want to explain the first part of this project. Along the history of language teaching, many theories, methods, and approaches have been investigated in order to find a better way of improving knowledge of the students. The use of different methods, approaches, and theories led us to a wide ocean of information that made us think in which of those are the best in the teaching process. Based on that, multiple intelligence and cooperative learning can be the best combination in the classroom. According to Gardner, there are many or 7 intelligences that are predominant in the human cognitive capacities. When these theories are applied in the classroom, we can notice that every individual has a different way of acquiring knowledge. For example, some of them learn by reading, by listening, by observing, or by using their hands. That is why multiple intelligence provide the appropriate scenario of the education with a variety of learning styles. It is said that helping each other is the best way to reach the desired goal in a faster way. When everybody helps for a common objective, the result for that might be as successful of the purpose. In multiple intelligence are different procedures of learning, as each individual can receive the information and apply it according to their way of learning. Frame of mind, the theory of multiple intelligence, according to Gardner, in 1983. This view about intelligences can be seen, for example, in IQ theory, in which intelligence determines people's ability to learn, to achieve academically, and therefore to take on leading roles in society. Howard Gardner, in his book Frame of Mind, revealed a wider family of human intelligences that previously suggested nothing that restricting educational programs to focusing on a predominance of linguistic and mathematical intelligence minimizes the importance of other forms of knowing. There are 8 intelligences proposed by Gardner. In this case, we want to talk about this intelligence. The first one is verbal linguistic intelligence in learning procedures. The ability to speak and express ourselves is an element that distinguishes us as human beings. Logical mathematical intelligence. It refers to the ability that a person has to reason, to solve problems, and to learn by using numbers, abstract visual information, and analysis of cause and effect relationships. Kinesthetic intelligence. This made a reference to a person's ability to process information physically through hands and body movement. Visual spatial intelligence. It refers to the person's ability to perceive, analyze, and understand visual information in the world around them. Musical intelligence. Musical intelligence is dedicated to how skillful an individual is performing. Interpersonal intelligence refers to the ability of a person to relate well with other people. Intrapersonal intelligence is defined as within a person, that is, taking place within one person's self or mind.
As my partner has said so far, he has talked about the multiple intelligences that might help in this process of learning. And added to cooperative learning, this process might be very helpful for students that have different ways of acquiring knowledge. The interaction and collaborations are an important factor in learning a second language. It represents the contribution and abilities of the members of a group, according to Lau in 2011. This interaction and collaboration help to the group, or help as a group in the education of some students. According to Johnson, 2006, there are 5 elements or 5 key elements that differentiate cooperative learning from simply putting students into a group of learning. It's not only grouping students, it's to make them help each other, to make them feel helpful for everyone. And these keys are positive interdependence, individual accountability, face-to-face promotive interaction, interpersonal and small group social skills, and group processing. In the positive interdependence, you'll know when you succeed in structuring positive interdependence, when students perceive that they sink or swim together. It means that every student work alone or work by themselves by helping all students. That in that part intervenes the interpersonal intelligence, as we could notice in the previous intervention. The individual accountability, it means that the sense of individual accountability in cooperative learning is like this: a student learn together but perform alone. It means that every student in each group work alone to help better the group itself. In this case, every student with every personality can work or can give their help to the rest. Face-to-face promotive interaction, important cognitive activities and interpersonal dynamics only occurs when students promote each other learning. So the students as individual create their own work by their own intelligence and help the other person by their experience, help to make better or to improve the groupal work. Interpersonal and small group social skills, they develop the social skills grouping each other. Even if you don't have a mathematical intelligence, even if you have a nature intelligence or a linguistic intelligence, you might help each other with your characteristics. In cooperative learning groups, students learn academic subjects, matter, task works, etc., and also interpersonal and small group skills. That's teamwork. Group processing. After completing their tasks, students must be given time and procedures for analyzing how well their learning groups are functioning and how well social skills are being employed. For the ones that has this interpersonal ability or the intrapersonal ability, they might, these grouping skills might be useful for them in order to acquire a social skills, a more advanced social skills, so they can communicate with other people and they can reinforce that kind of knowledge that they have. What are the social benefits for the cooperative learning? We have the social benefits that cooperative learning leads to inclusion and better diversity and understanding. As I said before, the individuals can feel more accepted in a social group. You know, the academic benefits, the cooperative learning promotes critical thinking skills, and this action helps the student to think better and to improve the analysis, in this case, in every topic. Psychological benefits. Cooperative learning builds self-esteem in students. It's well known that the students that feel accepted might increase the self-esteem. Cooperative learning encourages students to help and tutor each other in order to solve certain tasks or group activity. It means that if this student is chosen as the leader of the group, it might feel very good. It might feel like the boss in this group. And that will improve the social skills and the self-esteem for this student. And if he feels good, he might make the other students feel good too. Assessment benefits. The cooperative learning allows teachers to monitor and observe the progress of the group. It could be together or individually by the use of worksheet of exercises. The more tools you use to assess the students in groups, the better you will notice which students need more attention from the teacher.
Well, as my colleague Galo and Christian were explaining you about the cooperative learning and multiple intelligences, I would like to introduce you this topic. So we have four heads that are better than one, and none of us are as smart of all of us. The interpersonal intelligence and cooperative skills. There is an obvious connection between the interpersonal intelligence and cooperative learning. The interpersonal intelligence involves an understanding of the feelings, motives, values, and points of view of others. These same skills are byproducts of successful cooperative learning. Many cooperative learning methods explicitly teach the very social skills, which define the interpersonal intelligence. For example, as we have students engaged in paraphrase passports, they developed their ability to understand a point of view different from their own, developing a specific cooperative skill, which is one facet of interpersonal intelligence. It was said by Kagan in 1998. So here we are going to see something about the methodology. The research designed with a qualitative research methodology. This study carried out an action research composed of observations and reviews. Also referred to the different strategies and methods applied in language teaching. DITSCOMP defined that the purpose of an action research is to solve a particular problem to produce guidelines for best practice. The action research of this study was to find out whether teachers merge the concept of multiple intelligences and cooperative learning into their teaching, and it was hypothesized that this may be considered as best practice for a group of mixed level and mixed age students. Also, here we have the purpose. So the purpose of this research is to demonstrate the effectiveness of multiple intelligences linked to cooperative learning and how they can help in the process of learning a second language, giving the participants the opportunity to use different abilities in the classroom and apply them in circles of learning. It's for that reason we want to show the readers that they can understand better how multiple intelligence and cooperative learning are useful in the teaching process. So I would like to finish this with the conclusion. As a conclusion, we found that multiple intelligences theory doesn't work effectively alone, but combined with the cooperative learning method, they can be suitable for grouping learning. As Christian and my friend Galo said, these two methods and theories can help in the process of teaching learning. Uh, because all people process information in different ways and every person have a group of intelligence that define the personality and the learning acquisition for better understanding. We can define this with a clear example of group work. So in the classroom, in a group work of creating a garden project, each person contributes ideas or help with something to do. We can define a person who is good for speaking. He can be the one who gives the instructions using the verbal linguistic intelligence. And the one who organizes the crops uses logical mathematics, intelligence, and so on. With this, we demonstrate that multiple intelligences and cooperative learning together, they can give good results in the process of teaching a second language. So, here we have also the discussion. We can discuss that there are different methods and theories for teaching a second language, and most of them can be applied in different ways, and also they can be combined for better learning. Multiple intelligences theory is not used nowadays alone, but they can help better if the process is in cooperative learning. Now, here you have some references that you can click on them. You can find more information about the multiple intelligences and the cooperative learning process. So here you have our emails. If you need some more information about the topic, you can write us and we are going to give you more information. Remember that we are going to upload this information on our web page, uh, Mr. English Bravo. You can find it on internet. You can click on them and you can search for more information that you need, right? Thank you very much.